In 2020, our trip to London and Paris was cancelled due to COVID. A few years later, we finally made it. In this video, we explore London. Our trip began with a flight to Dublin, highlighted by a spectacular view of Greenland. We landed in Dublin, we changed planes and took off for Heathrow. Our pilot flew past Heathrow, flying over central London before circling back, offering us a view of all of London's famous landmarks. When we arrived at Heathrow, we went straight through the exit door towards the front of the airport. We were about to walk outside when we realized we never went through immigration. Fortunately, we found out from airport staff that we had gone through immigration in Dublin and didn't need to do it again. So we went to the underground station, took the Piccadilly line to Earl's Court, checked into our hotel, and walked around the neighborhood.
One quick stop by the TARDIS from Doctor Who.
We were feeling hungry, so on our first night we decided to go to a local pub. Where I had the Sunday roast, while Maya had fish and chips. On our first night we decided we wanted to see Big Ben and the River Thames. So it was back to Earl's Court Station.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Earl's Court.
We could not have asked for better weather on our first night in London.
Huh.
On our first full day in London, we went to Covent Gardens to meet an old friend of mine from my Korea days. Before we met him though, Maya wanted to stop and get an iced matcha.
Iced matcha.
And she was met with a rude awakening.
It is not sweetened.
After looking around Covent Gardens a bit and grabbing a bite to eat, we went to the portrait gallery. We were still feeling a little jet lagged, so we wrapped the day up with a frozen yogurt, said goodbye to my friend, and went back to the hotel and relaxed. If you're planning a trip to London, I highly recommend getting a hotel that's near a subway station. Excuse me, an underground station. On our second full day, we went to the Tower of London, which turned out to be one of the highlights of our trip. That's the Shard, right there. On our way there, though, we stumbled upon this old church called the All Hallows by the Tower. It's purported to be the oldest church in the city of London, founded in 675 AD. The church was fascinating, but a little spooky. Now on to the main event.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to His Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress, the Tower of London. My name is AJ. I am one of the 35 yeoman warders, the beefeaters that live and work here inside the Royal Palace, so welcome to my beautiful home.
Alright, hang on just a moment. I'll admit, when I first saw our beefeater guide was a woman, I was a little disappointed. I had this very specific image in my head. Stern-faced, old British guy with a mustache and a booming voice. But about 2 minutes in, I realized how stupid that was. She was sharp, funny, absolutely commanding. In fact, she was so good, I'm going to upload her entire presentation in my next video.
Are you ready for a little bit of history?
Yes.
Good. Are you ready for stories of death and execution?
Absolutely.
Good about that. Right then, my friends, we are now standing in the outer ward of the Tower of London. What does that mean? It means that we are physically standing in the middle of our defensive system. So the wall behind me is the inner defensive wall that was finished in the year 1220. Right then, my friends, the roadway that we're all just walked up, even today, this is still called Water Lane. So we're still standing in the middle of our defensive system, so we know for a fact the wall behind me was not finished until the year 1280. Time's ticking.
Any more scenes of inside the tower coming?
Yes, we're filming today actually at the minute, so you might see the cameras out and about. Yeah. Right then, my friends, we are now standing on Tower Green. But we would not be here if it wasn't for that magnificent building behind you. That, my friends, is what it's all about. The Great White Tower, also known as William's Norman Keep. Work began in 1078. It took 20 years to finish under the direction of Gundulf of Beck. Not Gandalf the Great. People get very excited when they think a wizard built the Tower of London, then they get very disappointed when I have to explain it wasn't him, it was his brother. There's loads of buildings that surround us. Important buildings, none more so than the long building with the gold clock. That, my friends, is where we hold the crown jewels and royal regalia. My friends, I hope you've learned a little bit of history, enough to wander around this amazing royal palace, have a wonderful time in the tower, have a magnificent time in the city, and if anything, just be kind. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us.
Fantastic, thank you.
One for a gin.
The Tower of London was incredible. You really feel like you're stepping back in time. Not to mention onto a Game of Thrones set. Oh, and there's a very dark side as well, including torture and death. Speaking of torture, I never should have had a hot dog in London. But I was able to quickly put it behind me as we hopped on a double-decker bus and made our way to Piccadilly Circus. Riding our way through geographic and historic London at the same time. We even came across a little dig at England's ancient rival. On our third full day, we took some photos at Westminster Abbey. I had fish and chips. The kid had pasta.
This is is my dad's food. It looks pretty good. And this is my food.
Then we walked over to Buckingham Palace. After that, we walked over to Victoria Station to experience the second highlight of the trip. However, we arrived about an hour before the show, so we went to the Duke of York pub next door, where I had sticky toffee pudding, the kid had a brownie and ice cream, and I had a delicious sparkling cider. And then it was back to the Victoria Palace Theatre for showtime. Hi, seats F3132.
You'll be in this side once the house opens.
Oh, okay. What time does it open?
Next sort of 5-10 minutes. You hear the announcement.
Perfect. Thank you. Unfortunately, recording during the performance is not allowed, so this is the best I could do. So we're heading out for our fourth full day. This morning we're going to go to Borough Market and try out some different kinds of food. Then we're going to go to the British Museum, have a look around, especially we want to see the Rosetta Stone.
Customer service update from the control room at Holborn. The Circle line is suspended due to a person on the track. Severe delays on the rest of the line.
Learning there was a person on the tracks was alarming to say the least. Nevertheless, we found an alternative route to our destination. So this is the London Bridge. Not the one everybody's heard about, but the one that exists now. Here's the Tower Bridge, which is more iconic. There's the Shard, the tallest building in London. And we are walking this direction to go to the Borough Market, get some food. Tucked beneath the cathedral's shadow, Borough Market pulls you in. The smells, the noise, the beautiful mess of it all. No map, no plan. Just 100 different ways to get lost. And honestly, that's the whole point. You'll find just about everything here. Bread that smells like a memory. Spices that hit you before you even see them. It's a little overwhelming, sure. But if you don't give in to it, you're doing it wrong. We got everything here. People just sitting down here and eating. I thought there was a show or something, but they're all just sitting and eating. Yeah. It's interesting. No show. This is the show.
You're always on holiday, huh? You're always on holiday.
Oh, it's custard.
You want almonds, hazelnuts, or
No hazelnuts. Anything but hazelnuts and mushrooms.
And I don't want rose petals.
Bronte 163.
This isn't your grandmother's scalloped potatoes. This is tartiflette made from Bath dairy cows. Mac and cheese not bad either.
Give me one, I'll serve you.
It looks so good. I'm so excited. Here, let's get out of the way. Okay. It is really good. The strawberries are super fresh. So the strawberries are really fresh and the chocolate is really good. Essentially, it's just strawberries and chocolate, so what can you expect? But I still really like it. The chocolate is really high quality, and it's not like Nutella. It's just regular, good quality chocolate.
Our last stop was the British Museum. Unfortunately, we were feeling pretty tired, but we did manage to see the Rosetta Stone. It was impressive, but not nearly as impressive as what we saw in Leicester Square. So we're at St. Pancras Stadium. We're at St. Pancras train station, or as I've been calling it all week, St. Pancras. Now we're walking towards the Eurostar area, since we're taking the Eurostar from London to Paris. So I will sign off here for now.